Hello everyone, it's Leo, and in this video we're talking about episode summaries for September from wonderful PreCure. In this month, we seem to have episodes for Iroha, Iroha's parents, Yuki, and Satoru, at least judging by the summaries. Wonderful PreCure has a peculiarity. It doesn't usually do solo episodes like other seasons do. This season focuses a lot on group dynamics and dual dynamics as well. It's very, very rare for us to have a solo episode. This month doesn't seem to be that different. Also, I feel like this month will probably focus a lot on the characters, not really on the story and the lore of wonderful PreCure. So let's start with episode 32, which is gonna be called Favorite Animal at the Zoo. And this episode seems to have a cameo of Sora from Hirogaru Sky PreCure. I'm very, very excited to see that. And in this episode, we're gonna meet a grandmother elephant called Sakura. And Iroha is gonna remember something from her childhood, from her younger days. So, very curious to see where this episode will lead us. And now, in episode 33, which is called Full of Animal Smiles, we seem to have a little focus on Iroha's parents. We're gonna learn a lot about Tsuyoshi, who is Iroha's dad. So in this episode, remember the dog that we met in one of the earlier episodes of the show called Wit? We're gonna meet this dog again. It's gonna be trimmed, it's gonna be groomed by Iroha's father, Tsuyoshi. And the focus of this episode is a dog called Mocha. Mocha is a Shih Tzu, very cute breed of dogs. And Mocha is playing and Tsuyoshi needs to trim Mocha. But Mocha is too busy playing with other dogs and it won't go to where Tsuyoshi is. Tsuyoshi and Komugi will play with Mocha. Meanwhile, we're gonna have Iroha's mom, Yoko, talking to Iroha, Mayu, and Yuki, telling them about how Tsuyoshi became a trimmer when they were younger. And so we're probably gonna learn about them, about their relationship a little more. But also, I think it seems at least that the focus is going to be a little bit more on Tsuyoshi, which is a very lovely character. I'm very happy that we're gonna have a little focus on him. And we're gonna learn how he became a trimmer. And when he was younger, he used to be very unconfident in his abilities. He never really knew if he was going to be able to become a trimmer or not. But it seems things went well for him. So very nice. So it's important to remember that in this episode, we're gonna have a Shih Tzu called Mocha. And now we go to episode 34, which is called Cat Gathering. Lots of fun. I love this name already. This episode seems to be focused on Yuki. In this episode, we are going to meet Mayu's dad again. And Mayu's dad is actually going to come home for the first time in a while. So he is going to be in Animal Town because there's going to be a photo exhibition that he's going to do in Animal Town. So he's preparing. And Mayu will help him. And then Komugi and Iroha will show up to the exhibition. But when they go there, Yuki is not there. Baby Yuki is just having a good time. She is just enjoying herself. She is going to a coffee. She is also going to watch a movie. And then she's going to go to the park to rest a little bit. But when she is there sitting and resting on a park bench, she will hear a kitten meowing. This kitten is about to be attacked by a crow, but Yuki will help it. And then when she pays attention to the kitten, she will notice that this kitten is actually a stray kitten and it was desperate for help. And then Yuki will not be able to leave this kitten alone. She will remember that she sees a cat meeting at the entrance to the park. So Yuki will turn into a cat. She will turn into her original form. And she will go to this cat meeting as a cat, taking this kitten with her. She will probably do this because she will want to help this kitten. I think it's going to be a very interesting experience for a couple of reasons. First, because we've already seen Yuki helping other animals. This time, in the other cases that we've seen, she was helping magical animals, right? She was helping the kittening animals, she was helping the garu-garus, which are Nico animals, and now she will help a regular kitten. I feel like this is kind of reminiscent of, remember that episode from Yukari in Kira that she turns into a cat? And she finds a cat gathering as well, but this time it's a different thing because Yukari she kind of becomes a leader and she is kind of like a battle cat. I don't think Yuki will go that route. This episode from Kira is very, very peculiar. I love it. But then, in this episode, it feels like Yuki will go to try and help this cat. She will do everything she can to give this cat a good life. So probably this group of cats will take this cat into their wing. So also, again, important, this episode will feature is this kitten, this stray cat, which is relevant for something that I want to talk about a little later. And then the last episode of this month is episode 35, Satoru's Big Confession Plan. In this episode, at school, Satoru will be confronted by a girl, and she will confess her feelings for him. At this moment, Yuki and Mayu will see this happening. Satoru will turn this girl down, and Yuki and Mayu will ask Satoru, why doesn't he tell Iroha about his own feelings? And Satoru will tell them that he does not want to annoy Iroha. And then Iroha will talk to Satoru later in this episode, and she will tell him that she will meet someone in her house. This someone is called Keiji-kun. Keiji-kun is smart, cool, hardworking, and fast on his feet. All of those are things that Iroha admires in Keiji, and she tells Satoru that she likes him a lot. So Satoru will be shocked by these words, thinking that he has competition now, right? So maybe Iroha likes someone? Girl. But at this moment, Iroha also invites Satoru, Yuki, and Mayu to go to her house. So everyone will go. Will Satoru finally be able to confess his feelings to Iroha, knowing that Iroha likes someone? Well, remember that I said that in every single episode of this month, there seems to be a relevant animal. In episode 32, we have Sakura, who is the elephant. In episode 33, we have Mocha, the Shih Tzu. We haven't seen Mocha yet, but we have Shih Tzu. And in episode 34, we have a stray cat with Yuki. We haven't seen this stray cat yet. I'm definitely not calling Yukari a stray cat, even though if she were a stray cat, it would not be a problem because every cat is amazing. And in this episode, episode 35, there doesn't seem to be an animal, right? Well, I really don't believe Iroha has a crush on another guy. I believe that everything she was talking about Keiji-kun is something that she likes in a dog called Keiji-kun. So Keiji, which she mentions that she mentions lots of attributes that she likes about him, is probably just a dog. And this dog will be in her house for many reasons, since, well, she lives together with the veterinary that her mom has. So that is what I believe that is going to happen in this episode. And so this connects to another thing that I want to talk about, which is the villains. We've seen last week that the villains now are attacking regular animals and turning regular animals into gaogans. Every episode of this season features an animal somehow. Every episode of this month seems to feature a relevant animal somehow. So I believe Sakura will turn into a gaogan. Mocha will turn into a gaogan. The stray cat will turn into a gaogan, and Keiji-kun will also turn into a gaogan. So all those animals are relevant to the plot of the episodes, obviously because of the story of each episode, but also for the narrative of the whole thing, of wonderful PreCure in general, because the villains now are attacking regular animals. They're trying to disrupt the relationship that those animals have with humans. So that is my theories as of now. And I also want to ask you another thing. Yuki will go to the movies. What is she watching? Is she gonna watch Wicked, maybe? Ooh, I'm very excited for this movie. Or is she gonna watch Joker 2 just to see Lady Gaga singing as Harley Quinn? I'm very curious for this movie too. I love Lady Gaga. Or is she watching something else? What do you think Yuki will watch in the movies? I'm curious. And Yuki is such a lady girl. She will leave Mayu there with her dad and with their event, just to sip some coffee, have a good time of her own. A lady. I love Yuki so much. This is gonna be a lot of fun. Anyways, babies, this is it for now. Those are the summaries. Oh, and another thing that I forgot to mention. There was absolutely nothing in the summaries related to Nico. Nico will probably be around, she will probably talk, she will probably do things, but there is nothing related to Nico. Like, Nico won't be the focus at all. And another thing is that none of those episodes is written by Narita, who is the main writer of the show. So I don't believe big events are happening in September in Wonderful PreCure. Anyways, I think it's gonna be exciting nonetheless, because Wonderful is being such a fun season, no matter what is going on. Anyways, babies, this is it for now. I want to take this little time to thank the Magical Cinnamon production team for this content. Thank you very much. And also the members. If you're a member here on YouTube, if you're a member on Patreon, if you support me on Throne, I am very, very, very thankful. Thank you very, very much. This definitely helps me keep going. And if you've watched up until now, thank you so much as well. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye!